What up, world? It's another episode of the Intellectual Class Clown, hosted by your boy, me, Tony Mack. And once again, I got my homeboy, Chi, back in the studio.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
And man, y'all know we about to get it started, man. First and foremost, y'all, I didn't get a chance to say it because we didn't do a show last week, but RIP to Chadwick Boseman, Bosman. I might be saying his name wrong, but the brother from Black Panther. You know, very good actor, very good actors, very good dude, more importantly. All of his former, celebrity co-stars and everyone, they, all said good things about dude, you know what I mean? And you kind of can sense his energy that he was a good dude, man. But, RIP to him, as well as the basketball legend Clifford Robinson. We got other deaths as well, but, just want to give out, it's sad that we sometimes give them their flowers when it's a little bit too late. They always say they always got flowers when you're dead, but no soup when you're sick. You know what I mean? But it looked like it was a very private matter with what he was going on.
Yeah, it took me by surprise. I didn't know when I got on Facebook. I didn't know what was going on. Someone said the guy from Black Panther. And I'm like, oh, they must got a new Black Panther. Then I read he just passed. So yeah, man, RP to that brother, man. That was to figure out how, like, his last 4 years, he was still doing his purpose. Yeah. Like, most people would have been like, I'm a back away, I'm a step away and all that. Like, he still went at it. I guess he realized his purpose means more to the world than him just sitting at home waiting to die.
Yeah. I mean, he did a lot of great movies, too. I mean, dude was James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
None of these people look alike, but he played those roles and he killed it. Like, we really watched Thurgood Marshall movie knowing he looks nothing like Thurgood Marshall.
Denzel had all biopics and they all sound the same, but they were all believable.
But honestly, I'm going to even say something bold. He did better than Denzel.
With biopics?
In biopics. Because notice how you said it. All the Denzel characters, Herman Boone,
they all sound
Malcolm
the same.
X, the brother from John Q, all sound the same. Chadwick Boseman actually
catered his voice to sound like them a little bit more.
Well, I mean, he became those. Like, I was amazed when he was James Brown.
Yeah, I think it what makes a great actor. The dude that played Dead Hawk or whatever on Marvel, he did a better job playing Tupac on the Biggie movie than the guy who actually played Tupac in the movie, the biopic. He actually kind of had the mannerism like Tupac, even though he didn't look like Tupac.
Yeah, he had a man, Anthony Mackie. Shout out to New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. Anthony Mackie, the actor. He's Firefly. He's played Tupac in a Biggie movie. He played in that little basketball movie crossover. He was in a lot of stuff, man. Dude, very good actor as well.
That movie there.
Very good actor as well. But yeah, Chadwick did his thing too, man. To me, that's just the dopest part of their skills, man. Michael B. Jordan's another great actor,
Yeah, man.
Lupita, we got some actors.
We know they're gonna make some more money off Black Panther and all that. What do you think they're gonna do with the whole Black Panther? They gonna just step up the sister and let her be the new Black Panther?
Well, I mean, according to the comic book, T'Challa, the Black Panther, he actually runs off and ends up messing with Storm for a little minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So in his absence, I think the sister steps up and take his place or something like that. Y'all, look, I ain't the most knowledgeable person in comic books now, but if y'all know better, y'all go ahead and text me the real information. But I do know that the Black Panther steps away from his role and his sister take over for a little bit. Then he ends up getting it back or something like that. But they were saying that they thinking that the sister should step up. I mean, it'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Get a black girl or something.
Now that Beyonce's headlining the Storm, I mean, I know she'll do a better job than Halle Berry, because Halle Berry didn't do good to me in the original X-Men movie.
I thought she did good. She just didn't look like Storm.
She didn't embody Storm. Like, when I think of the Storm that used to come on Fox, the cartoon, Storm was more.
Cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, she was just more like, not rugged, but she was like, she just had a presence. Like, Halle Berry didn't have a presence to me.
She had that goddessness on her.
Yeah.
Where they didn't write it to give Halle Berry that, though. You know what I'm saying? She only can do so much as the script gonna allow her.
I don't know, because she really didn't. Not trying to get off topic for what you're talking about, but she really, to me, didn't do a good job on Catwoman either. Like
That movie sucked anyway.
and I'm gonna be
Let's be
honest,
real.
all her black movies, she did a great job. Like, it was catered to just being a black cinema movie. But when she started doing other movies, it was like
So you ain't like Monsters Ball?
she put that on the little fat kid, man. She did a good. I know this, when she plays a bad parent, she does a good job because she did it on Losing Isaiah.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, some of that other shit she had was just horrible. Like the one movie when she was trying to catch the killer because she was like a dishback worker. She really didn't do good in that movie. Catwoman.
You saw that?
Yeah, I watched it.
You and about 13 other people.
I watched it. I didn't watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
Fuck no. But man, go ahead and talk. My bad.
Man,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
But you said theaters, like, due to the COVID stuff, you think like the movie theater is gonna be back popping?
I would go because I love going to the movies, but the natural people, it ain't. Now that a lot of movies are going straight to the thing, I don't see how they're able to get out a lot of movies back in the theater, because you see Mulan which is like over a $50 million movie, went straight to Disney Stream for basically you pay $8.99 for Disney
Going
Plus.
straight to the streaming side of it. I mean, I enjoy movies too, but I like some shit that stream. Like, man, I got into that Cobra Kai that just hit Netflix.
Uh-huh.
That shit is good. I fooled around and watched every episode in one day because of that Cobra Kai. That shit is good. It follows follows the story of the dude who Daniel's son ended up beating in the first Karate Kid.
Yeah, I seen the trailers.
Yeah, so it kind of takes his point of view, man, but it's 30 years later. But it shit is actually pretty funny, man. I don't want to give out too much of it, y'all, but if y'all haven't got a chance to check out Cobra Kai, check out Cobra Kai. Like, this is good.
Yeah, man. Nah, I've been I finally watched Luke Cage. I didn't know it went off air. It only had 2 seasons. And I'm like, and actually season 2 was better than 1 to me.
Where the hell you been at?
I finally finished Orange is the New Black. Like, I've been trying to catch up on a lot of
Orange is the New
shows.
Black is shit.
The last season, maybe, I think Fate season 4 may be the best. Season 3 or 4, but season 7, probably one of the best.
Season 7, Orange is the New Black went out with a bang.
Yeah.
Unlike Power. Ain't nobody watching that shit 50 Cent.
Talking about Ghost 2?
How the hell you gonna have a show called Power Ghost 2 and you killed off Ghost? Nobody watching that
I'm assuming
shit.
he's gonna come in and play some little roles if they have back trips, or
Oh,
like
okay.
if Kyrie
Still
Mon,
not watching it.
Tyree Mon. I mean,
Fuck Tariq. I wanted everybody
what's his
on
name?
Power with a name started with a T to die.
How do you say his name?
What?
The dude to play Ghost. Oh, I forget his name.
Amari Hardwick?
Yeah, Amari Hardwick. Cause
Nah, look. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted everybody whose name started with a T on the show to die. Tommy, Tariq, definitely Tasha. I wanted Tasha to double die.
nigga say the fucking whole crew.
You know what I'm saying? And you let all of them live, 50 Cent. I'm okay if you let Tommy live. I get it.
I didn't know
But you
Lala
let-
lived.
Yeah, Lala lived, and you had Tariq and Tasha funk ass to live.
I'm gonna be honest.
Unbelievable.
I stopped watching. I haven't really just got back. I stopped watching when him and Cannon them teamed up. Him, Cannon, and what's his name? Tommy teamed up. That's the last season I seen.
I mean, it got good, man. It was like, damn, bro, you kind of always want a cat to be able to get out the game a little unscathed. And Ghost was ratting, though. So I'm a little somewhat impartial with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
they killed
know.
his. I mean, from what I hear, Tommy killed his lady.
Yeah. Tommy did kill his lady. He was aiming for Ghost, though.
No.
So you got to catch. You see what I'm talking about? He going in another 7 years. He going to tell me, I just finished the first season of Power.
He say,
And that shit is great.
welcome
Like,
to the
come on.
Intellectual Class Count 2027. Man, I just got finished watching Power. Why you tell me this shit was good?
Man, in 7
I
years
just love to
later,
binge watch. I think that's really the thing. I like to
Yeah.
binge watch because it's like when I'm going to be so frustrated on trying to like, man, what they going to do with season 2? Then I go online and see when they're going to do season 2. Like, I watched a cartoon called Hoops that's on Netflix. It's actually good. It's only 1 season.
I did not like that shit.
You didn't like it? Man, I love that shit. That shit good. Dad and F is for family.
I like F is for family.
Man,
I
that
do
shit
it.
is like, I've been getting into more cartoons, but it been
The
adult
Yeah,
cartoons.
the adult, not porn either. For all y'all listening wrong, he's talking about the R-rated cartoons where they cuss and shit.
He's
Family Guy type stuff.
Yeah, man.
Boondocks.
I'm like, man, them shows be on point. I'm waiting for, I know they tried to do it with the little black dude from Family Guy, but I'm waiting for like an adult cartoon in this day and age for like a black cartoon.
Like another Boondocks.
Yeah, but more of, I think less conscientious. like less conscientious, like the Boondock, but just straight, just it is what it is, like rough
Just
and raw and rugged. But I know,
slapstick.
yeah. But I noticed with those cartoons, Hoops and all that, the whole, and not trying to F on no one, but the whole homosexuality is big on that. Like on Hoops, like he'll tell you, yeah, I got smashed for drugs and all that stuff. That's the only thing I guess why I probably wouldn't want to watch it if it was a pure black show, because it's like they already got it. Because I'm hearing people talk about the TV show P-ville or something like that.
P-ville.
Yeah, something like that. And I hear a lot of people like the guy is personally supposed to be like a transgender pimp or something at a club, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see a lot of women talking about they probably wouldn't date him because he plays the role too good.
Yeah. I mean, I take it as, you know, I don't like when movies force homosexuality in it. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing, if you're going to make something relating to life, that is, you know, that is in America right now. You know what I'm saying? But when it's just like, you force that character into being a homosexual and it fucks off the story. Like I remember watching Power and they revealed the character Lobos, who was like a head of the Mexican cartel.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Mexico is very big on Catholicism, you know. And like even the criminals, they are still
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? But they had Lobos as a gay dude.
Yeah, very flamboyant.
Very flamboyant. It was just
Like, how the hell did he get the power?
right. Like the reality of it is that is something that's gonna be questioned amongst so many people coming up, you know, like when folks are like, man, young thug out there really running the streets in Atlanta. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying it's surprising to me that a guy who was willing to put on a dress was getting so much respect. Generally, you know, that people generally, you know, they kind of look at you different on something like that. If something like that
You
happens.
seem more testable. Like I would test you because your armor seems kind of weak. Like he's dressing like a woman and not
Right.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. The psychological part behind it.
That's it. And it's nothing against anybody in the LGBTQ community.
Man.
I'm just saying that
man. No,
I don't like
nothing
when it's
against
forced.
y'all, man.
I don't like when something forced or a relationship is forced. I see also another lot of interracial things in movies, and nothing wrong with that. Love is love. You like who you like, you love who you love. But when you can tell like those two characters just generally wouldn't fall in love, but it's like, hey, we need a mixed relationship in here to sell it. And that's really all Hollywood is doing is trying to pick up on something to sell it.
I like Insecure, but I noticed the one relationship they try to push on her girl Molly was the Asian babe guy, and they really try to hype him up like he was the great white hope, like he was the great Asian hope. Like he really couldn't do
He
no
was gonna
wrong.
solve for your problem.
Yeah, like he was gonna start like all the dudes, and I get it.
That come from Issa Rae. Issa Rae came out saying black women should date Asian guys.
And it's like I think it was an East Indian guy, I believe. When that movie, that little I know what movie you're talking
It's
about.
on Hulu. Yeah, I forget the name
I'm not gonna go watch it. but
no, I mean, but understand what I'm saying is, I don't see nothing wrong with it, you know, personally. But I'm saying, don't force it just to, you know, play. Because to me, it feel like it's unfair to them. To people who in interracial relationships, I think that shit unfair to y'all.
let's
They exploit your shit just so they can sell records or make movies or promote a certain lifestyle that behind closed scenes they don't like.
I got a question, and this may not be thing. You know, you always hear that if a black man dates a white woman, he's not really down for the cause, or he's not really loving them, and he really can't be pro-black. But what about if I date a black woman, anybody dates a black woman, or a black woman dates a black man, and they don't do nothing for the black community? Do they have more black pride? Or are they more for the community? Because I always wonder, like, who I sleep with shouldn't matter if I'm down for my race.
I think that's the dumbest shit that people say, that you can't be pro-black and sleep white. Man, look, you gonna choose and be with who treats you the best. Period.
Yeah.
If you want something that's gonna last long, you need to give your attention to the folks that treat you best. And if they happen to not have the same hairbrush or comb as you, so fucking what? You know what I'm saying? Long as they treat you right and do right by you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that you can't be a person who says, I won't date someone of my own race, as if something is wrong with your race.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you on that, no, I don't date black people or black women or black men, or I don't date white women or white men, and you are that, that's something deeply rooted in you, whether you like it or not. That says something about you. However, I'm not going to ignore the facts that black women have been hurt more by black men than anybody else. And
I
black
agree.
men haven't been hurt more by black women than anybody else. You know, I'm gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? Same with white men and white women. Same with Asian men and Asian women. The people who you are around the most are going to be the people that hurt you the most. They're also going to be the people that looked out for you the most. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? How could you say, well, everybody, I ain't never had a person of another race do this to me. Everybody that wronged me was black. Well, who have you been around for the majority of your life? Oh, black people? Yeah, that makes sense of why it's like that, dummy. You know what I'm saying? That just, people are going to do good and bad to you no matter what race they are if they're around you.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me on that wanted to come on my MIB the podcast, and we were just chopping it up, and he was telling me that, you know, he was told that he can't be pro-black because he dates actually have kids by him, and by a Caucasian woman, and he was like, well, he said what's not understanding is, like, you know, I dated her because she found me at my lowest, and now we own 2 or 3 businesses. And it's like a lot of people tell me how I really love my people if I'm dating married to a white woman. I'm like, he became a better person. He's not in jail. I'm thinking this to myself, and I'm like, I wouldn't consider you not down for the cause. Like, if you taking your money, you know, taking care of your family, taking care of her, and still looking out for the people that look like you, who could say you not be down for the cause? Because I can be married. I'm not saying all black women. I can be married to a black woman and sell drugs, you know, neglect my kids, have 2 or 3, 5 kids by different other women. Who does more for the community? That's how I look at it.
Right. I mean, to me, we should not be concerned about what a person does in their bedroom and who they doing it with. That is the weirdest thing ever that we be on as anybody, as Americans. We are nosy and very opinionated about somebody else's life.
And social media has empowered America.
Man, that's just we talk about what motherfucker wearing, what they do, who they talk to, where they go. We are very opinionated about shit that don't have nothing to do with us. And I have learned to know in life that's weirdo shit.
Yeah, I wish people start learning stuff instead of just picking fun at it. Heard a conversation a couple weeks about a guy having something on his head, and I was more baffled. I'm like, once you just take the time to learn why he has that, then you'll know you'll be enriched as a black man why he wears it on his head. And I'm like, that was just weird. And I hate to say this, because I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood or just black people, we tend to laugh at each other for what we have on us instead of in us, inside our head. And like, why can't we never put our egos to the side and understand why that person dressed the way they dressed, or ask them, or, you know, kind of get to know him? We'll just judge them like, okay, he not real because he doesn't have the latest Dadas, or,
because I think we're afraid to say the truth that everyone has insecurities or insecure about something. If you don't, you're not human.
So money covers up insecurity, or brokenness covers up insecurity, or what is it?
It's a lot of things mask insecurity. You might go to the gym to work out, you know, try to have a nice body. You might have some money. You might buy nice cars. You might wear expensive clothing. You might want to be seen with a bunch of women or a bunch of men or whatever. I don't know. It's just, It's always something that's going to mask an insecurity. And the person who normally is the more cocky person, typically, you know what I'm saying, more times than not, are the most insecure people.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, man, I got to, you know, to me, if you really a cat who can kick some ass, right? You know, almost anybody in the room is going to lose to you in a one-on-one match. It's no need for you to walk in it with your chest out hoping that somebody pick a fight with you. To me, if you a cat who may question that shit, or you unsure about it, then you might walk in there with your chest out, mad at the world, hoping that my demeanor even scare you from even thinking about fighting me. You know what I'm saying? Most secure people I notice happen to be laid back. You know, my homeboy, Bad Business, you know, that dude, that's my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a shit about nothing.
Don't ever go on a road trip with him.
Nah, man. My boy Bad Business is definitely who he is. And he won't change that for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting no names out there, man.
My bad.
But, you know, we like I said, man, he is who he is, and he don't give a fuck who he is around. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? To me, when you change your personality for people to like you or for certain things, then man, you capitulating with yourself.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? For no reason. Like they're not that important. Trust me that nobody in the world is more important to you than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
No one. I'm here to tell you that. So be yourself, man, and be cool with it, man. Sometimes we gotta let go of our egos. Y'all know that. Look, that's gonna be a book soon. Let go my ego. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's in the writings, y'all. But I think more or less that's what it is, man. We so afraid of being picked on for being different that we try to be the same and not realize that's the weird shit. You know, they might as well put a serial number on your ass because you look just like the next nigga right next to you. That's weirdo shit to be bad. You know, but I ain't knocking it. Teach his own.
You know, they tell people to live their truth in this country, but we really don't live our truth because we're not really okay with ourselves.
No, we don't. And it's the fucked up part, bro. Right? With this year's election coming up, right? And the, you know, the biggest names you hear about is Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, or Kamala, however I say it, and then Joe Biden, right? What's going on? And last year's election, I made a bold comment. I said it's a lot of people who are racist that voted for Donald Trump. But there's also a lot of people who just don't like the politically correctness of where America's going. Where the moment you say something that offends somebody else, whether it's right or wrong, you can be held accountable for that shit.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing,
You know,
and the biggest thing I hear, and I respect it. Not Obama is a great, you know, a
mediator,
great mediator. He held,
pandering.
you know, very much. But I say, you know, I can understand. He never seems rattled. You never really see him. So I was like, you know, as a leader, I can see it. I can be led by him if I'm just a true out follower. I can see why a lot of people who will follow him because
very cool cat.
Yeah, he can be calm and have a million things going on in the world. Mm-hmm. But Donald Trump is that real that alcohol you put on a cut. You know, some people gonna put some peroxide on it.
And by no means am I supporting Donald Trump.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I gotta correct myself and tell people that all the time.
Because I mean, I get how they can get it misled, but it's not misled. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. Like I told y'all before on my other shows, I'm not voting in this year's election. I don't think any one of the candidates are going to do any help for the, you know, to me, the black community. That's what I'm concerned with. I'm just saying that at least you know you're getting the truth out of Donald, you know, of how he truly feels. And that's what, to me, America should get back to of let me know if you don't like me. I don't have a problem with a motherfucker who boldly say, oh man, I don't fool with black people or I don't woo. I don't care because I don't fool with your funky ass either. I'm just saying I'd rather know who my enemy is than to be around motherfuckers I think is my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I end up putting myself in a position where I'm harmed.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the age-old question everybody wants to talk about is how we could work to ways to be in peace. We don't want to be in peace. Like, let's be honest. We know the most simple stuff. Give poor people money and they will be rich. Well, we all know in the sense that we can never get to that. So we keep on trying to elect people to figure it out. And I'm like, do we not know that in Donald Trump's or Obama's 8 years of office, Donald Trump's 4 years in office, like nothing really ever gets solved. Because if we come up with a new solution, another solution is bread. The biggest thing right now, a lot of people asking, where's them stimulus checks?
Right.
While people sit every day trying to hammer out the issues, I'm like, Americans are getting kicked out, starving. And it's like, y'all really don't want peace. So this is why I have an issue with the voting thing, because it takes too long and the people who actually need help don't get help until it's too late. And the people that can give out the help, they get all tied up in political aspects and look at it as a litigation. And it's like, right now, people need to eat and survive. Y'all don't want people to go to work because of a sickness. Y'all ain't trying to come up with no vaccination right now that I know of.
Not the Republicans. Mitch McConnell very much so want people to go back to work.
Yeah, but
they're trying not to do what America is supposed to do for as a citizen.
Yeah, and it's like the stimulus check came out in March. It is freaking September. He said that $1,200 for most people, probably $29 if you got kids, was probably gone within 2 months.
But here's the thing, bro. You said America doesn't want peace. I don't think the 5% of the rich population of America gives a fuck about peace, or they are caring about the other 95%. So I'm not even going to even use them as, this is when I tell y'all I'm not voting, right? I know these people don't give a fuck about us. So they're not part of my solutive method to take care of me and my family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was having a conversation with my homeboy, Kyzilla, you know what I'm saying? And eventually we're going to get him on the show. And he said, Tone, why do you think black people are in the position they are in America? And I told him part of the problem, we're comfortable in our discomfort. Mm-hmm. And me and him had a debate on that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling y'all, that's what I feel. We're comfortable in our discomfort. You know, we live for the weekend. We live for the time, the few little moments to go out and party or whatever like that. You got folks go to a good paying job that they hate to be around people they really don't like. You know what I'm saying? And they do it because they know at the end of the week, I can buy the little things that I like, or
little trinkets.
Little trinkets that I like, or I can go get high or get drunk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just black folks, it's Americans. It's everybody in America, most Americans.
Yeah,
except for the people who are on their grind and try to better themselves. If you're uncomfortable in something, you're going to change it. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up there and tell me, if you're a person that say, hey man, I want to lose some weight, you know I need to get down in weight, but you still want to eat fast food. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to work out. You don't want to stop drinking. You don't want to do any of those things. My advice to you is, man, you're comfortable in your discomfort. And they're like, what you mean? This weight ain't comfortable. I don't like it. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But what are you going to do about it?
What do you think? Okay, if we're comfortable, and I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I hate to agree with you on this because it kind of makes me more sick, because I'm like, okay, if being poor, getting killed in the streets, getting locked up for most of the time, no reason, makes us still comfortable. Because you get what I'm saying, where the sickness comes from within of my, like, damn,
you know, if what makes you comfortable?
What's going to make us uncomfortable? Because clearly getting killed in the street, clearly getting locked up for no reason, clearly being poor, being disenfranchised, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's going to make us uncomfortable?
Right. What's going to make us uncomfortable is that shit being done at a fast, accelerated rate.
But like every day we got to look up and see someone getting killed.
No. It'd have to be like 50 people died in one shooting for the police, 50 innocent. It'd have to be something outrageous, because the more that anytime somebody doing something to you, but they're doing a little bit at a time and you letting it slide, you know what I'm saying? That's the more you're not paying attention to it. You only get comfortable doing something. Like they say, anything you do for 30 days or more, right? It becomes a habit. Mm-hmm. Anything you do 30 days straight, y'all, I'm sorry. Anything that you would do to 30 days straight will become a habit to you. You know what I'm saying? Life is going to have balance. It's going to have good and bad. It's going to have a person that's going to, shelter the load for you and tell you, hey, you know what? It's all right. Sometimes you just got to get back up on that horse or get back to handling your business. And then you need somebody that's going to kick you in your ass and tell you, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? If you played basketball or something like that and your team lost, but you dropped 30 points, yeah, you need a person to say, hey, man, you did your thing. It wasn't on you. Then you also need another person to say, well, why you didn't get 32? Maybe if you'd have made one more shot, your team would have won. What could you have done to help them? You need that balance. You know what I'm saying? And going back to what you're saying, what's going to make us uncomfortable is first understanding how did we get to this comfort in the first place. Go back to when did this first start of us starting to get comfortable seeing it? Because I'm seeing people die by the police. I see the hood the way it is. I see everything going on, and it's the same thing every day. So now it's starting to be normalized. So it goes into another problem that we have of confusion and contentment. You know what I mean? But I'm saying what we are comfortable at doing. I'm just saying simple things in life. The people in America that's getting money or opening businesses is making themselves uncomfortable. They're doing things that are compromising their schedule, and they're putting forth effort. They're sacrificing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do something better, like Dame said, don't quit your job because you want to go in business for yourself. but you should be putting some money back towards going in business for yourself. Maybe you need a second. Well, we
Wholeheartedly, but
We started from there. I'm gonna ask the question again, my bad. I forgot I gotta ask the question.
want to do about it.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry about it. I can go from there.
But man, better question. If we're comfortable with what's going on, because hearing what you say, I feel like it's kind of hurt me. But how do we get uncomfortable when we became comfortable with the chaos?
You mean like seeing folks get gunned down by the police? We see
Yeah.
the hood being the way it is. You know, still seeing us do harm to ourselves as well. Still seeing us not get jobs, not get certain vouchers, government funding because of color of our skin. What would actually make us uncomfortable in that situation? We got to stop paying so much attention to the distractions. You know, like Kyrie came up with the NBA and he was like, man, we shouldn't play. You know what I'm saying? And it really was like the push of other major sports and entertainment getting our minds off of what was going on right when George Floyd had died. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I remember me and you had a debate about it. You was like, I'm kind of with LeBron. Like, you still should be able to, use your platform to show show support and stuff like that. But I'm like, what is there saying on their jerseys that we didn't already said?
Yeah, nah, we agree, and I concede that point on that now. Because at that point, my thing was me and Kyrie, what do we do next? But funny thing is, the players stopped playing. Bron said he wasn't going to play. So kinda, the same people that said they wouldn't go with Kyrie on his idea, kinda that was the next decision. Like, the owners need to do more.
Right.
And, for the most part, the players got back on board like in 2 days later.
And who was the first person to tell them to get back on board?
Who do you think?
LeBron James.
Yeah, man, that guy. I got love for, as you call him, L Boogie, LBJ, man. But sometimes him spearheading a lot of things is just I just don't get it sometimes.
He's safe just like
too
the
safe.
back of the jerseys.
Yeah.
And I respect LeBron. I understand, like, this is the guy who does have his own school,
Yeah.
giving back. He's not afraid to speak out on certain things, but he's, to me, just pro-liberal. He's not pro-change, and I'm not being disrespectful when I say that, but you're being safe, NBA players. You know what I'm saying? And nothing wrong. Like Shaq said, I don't see how stop playing basketball would make somebody who hates you because you black all of a sudden change their opinion. Well, Shaq, I'm not trying to change somebody who hate me into liking me. However, there's a lot of people that's making money with the NBA. It's a lot of those
And they
people
hate black
lobbying. It's a lot of those people lobbying behind politicians who actually can make change for certain things. And if the NBA players said, well, until y'all make change, we won't play indefinitely. Now you're dealing with a whole different type of situation. But going back to say I'm going to boycott 2 games and then going back acting like nothing happened, what are you doing?
They didn't lose no money, man. Y'all should have said we ain't finished this season. We'll wait. We'll go ahead and foresee. Like, I would have been on some. Okay, cool. I can support that. But you think they don't care about spending an extra week or so in that bubble? The NBA don't mind. They have enough money in reserve to pay that. If you were to say, you know what, we're not playing,
Right.
and me personally, I would have not played and left the bubble.
And that's when change happened. You look at what happened back in the 60s. I'm sorry, not the 60s, the 50s with the boycotts. A lot of people don't understand the situation that happened with Rosa Parks or whatever. They say Rosa Parks.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell y'all the real story was actually a young lady who was
pregnant.
pregnant at the time, and because she's married at this time, you couldn't put her in front of the face of it.
She was. Yeah.
So did it with Rosa Parks, right? And they boycotted that bus station for 6 months. They really crippled them because they wasn't getting any revenue. You know what I mean? And half of their revenue was black people riding the bus. And that's when change happened. But if you're doing it for 2 days, then you're just moving off symbolism. And that's something us as our people, I love us black folks, we bigger than this. We got to stop getting fooled by symbolism. You know what I mean? That's really what's going on. We're getting fooled by symbolism.
Yeah, in the moment gratification. Like
Yeah.
I remember when they did the whole Harriet Tubman being on $20 and everybody was excited. I'm like, and he
What
said,
did
if you
that
ain't,
do?
he said you didn't put no money in my pocket. You put and I love the sister. Don't get me wrong. Love the elderly. Like, I mean, love our ancestors. Nothing wrong with what she did. I love everything she did. But that really didn't do nothing for me. Like, didn't make
it
me
was
proud.
symbolism.
It didn't make me. It said, guess what? I still didn't have $20 more in my account that
Right.
next day.
It's symbolism. It's nothing different than, it makes you feel good when you see it.
Yeah.
Like Nick Saban walking in the streets with his black players acting like he really cared about what's going on.
He understand. He understand if they leak. Look, his program is 90, probably 99.5 besides the kicker
Yeah.
and the quarterback and a couple linemen, offensive linemen. He
Yeah.
understands if I lose that nigga ball, them endorsement, all that money he get, he ain't shit.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, you got to have your athletes.
Yeah,
So but it's symbolism. It's no different than the guy, the NFL, Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner,
yeah.
saying that he's all for Colin Kaepernick
We
playing,
realized
getting
the
another
NFL
shot.
we made the biggest mistake.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I told my girl, I said, man, I ought to go start some shit in the Kaepernick jersey and get shot up by the police. I bet he get a job then. I ain't even gonna say starting them shit. I can just be riding in my car. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? But if a police officer killed me in a Kaepernick jersey, he probably get a job then. Just because the NFL is gonna try to save face.
Yeah, man.
You know.
And it's crazy. Ain't no justice has came to the Breonna Taylor. I'm like, all this like
They
LeBron. LeBron, you've been talking about this for the longest. Look, man, you got way more big of a platform than we got right now. But if you really wanted them cops, you go to the NBA and say LeBron James, forget the rest of the play. LeBron James is not playing until they're in jail and arraigned. Like, making posts and all that, that's all well and good to get awareness out there.
Right.
But if you really wanted to start something, make change. Because what did the NBA really say they're going to do? In those 2 days, what did the NBA really do in those days that made those players come back and play?
Made more money when they started back playing.
Because we didn't hear no policies, no, none of that. Like with the NBA initiative to help out the black communities or the Nike and all them, what are y'all actually doing for the black community? Where's these checks? I still go to Fort Worth. I'll go to Dallas. I bet if you go back to New Orleans, where's all this money going to?
Because you got to read the mission statement for Black Lives Matter. It's mainly looking out for the LGBTQ community. It's very liberally. It's very liberal. It's not nothing definite. It's not, how do you have something that says for Black Lives Matter and Black lives are not the only thing you should be talking about? I'm sorry. If you're saying it's Black Lives Matter, you would think that's what they're talking about. But, like I said, it is what it is, man. But going back to it, I am not depending on none of them to fix us. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do it the best way you can for yourself, any individual, any change you want to make in life, anything you want to better yourself at. You're going to have to get out of your stagnance, when you're complacent somewhere, meaning, if you don't like your wife or you don't like your husband, but you're going back home to him, you're complacent. You're comfortable in your discomfort. And you don't realize that there's something you can do about that situation. If you're on a job you don't like, but you steady going back to work, well, what do you really want to do for a living? Okay, you have that in mind? Pursue that. You got to pursue that, man. Don't be comfortable in your discomfort. You know what I mean? Do not be comfortable in your discomfort. And me and the brother, we had our debate about it, but we still cool. That's why I was saying, man, we got to let go of your ego. To me, I really don't even like to converse with people who have a big ego, man. You just, because you're going to talk foolishness because you worried about, I'm embarrassed of something. If I'm wrong about something, it makes me feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Or I will try to embarrass you so I can feel like I'm a big dog. I don't even want to hang around a cat like that. You know what I'm saying? Grandstand, I didn't see, man, I remember seeing cats and like clowning homeboys in front of females. And I'm like, why would you do that, man? That's against a player code, bro.
Yeah, man. High school. I feel like high school, I'm going to give you a pass. But if you approaching 30,
Or 30 over.
30, really over 30, like it's been maybe 2021, you just
Right.
hanging out with the homies. But if you're doing that at 30, wanting just to be like, I hate when you go places in the venue. And I'm not saying it's just our people, but I only notice it when it comes to us. Maybe I don't hang out with a lot of like that. But I notice with us, like if you go to like places like maybe not the club, but like the barbershop or like, you know, you may go to a store or something like that where it's like somewhere you just lounging.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's at least one or two dudes, at least one guy that got to make a stand on everybody just to say he's the top guy there. Like he got to make fun of. He's one of those one up niggas. Like, you know, when I say that, it's a guy who always
got to one up your
It's
story.
like if you say I went and worked out today, man, I went and worked out 2 times a day and lifted 400 pounds. Or you could say, man, I got these shoes, man. I buy sneakers every day, but man, I barely wear them. Like one of those guys. I call it one up guys. I hate those guys.
Yeah, always gotta. I can't never let nobody else be the man around
In a situation,
me.
like
In any situation.
Like
Them
they
kind of
say, man, I get the flu, man. Shit, I just fought the corona and the bird flu in one day, but I don't never get sick.
I don't get sick, man. That's for weak.
Sit your
niggas.
super slave ass down.
Man, but, and understand, it's a difference between pride and ego. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with having a proud moment. You know what I'm saying? But what the moment is, and you sitting up there and you trying to always be larger than life. You know, and I'm not judging you, man. If that's what you feel you need to do, that's fine and fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's okay to let your homeboys win. It's okay to let somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So it's okay to pass the ball. It's all right. We just drive off that. Like, I would tell cats, I could never go to a DL Hughley show because I never thought the nigga was funny. And if you don't laugh at his jokes, he try to roast the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, I just spent my hard-earned money to come down here, get fly, bring my lady down, or roll with the fellas, it don't matter, to your show. And you sit up there and roast me the whole goddamn show, fuck you. You lucky nobody don't jump on stage and beat your ass. You know, but I'm here to tell y'all, you go to a comedy show, it's gonna happen, so just accept it. You know, you got a lot of motherfuckers pretend to be good comedians. You know, they just want to roast the audience.
And sometimes it don't even be funny. It's just he has the crowd. It's like one of those guys in high school that, like, he wasn't really funny, but shit he said, people just want to laugh and they feel like, and you can come back and say the most dopest stuff. People ain't gonna feel where you coming from because the whole social class of school is like, well, he's popular, he's funny, and all he does is talk loud and laugh loud, but he ain't really funny.
Yeah.
Like he said,
That
boy, look
whole,
at your shoes. Ah, and you can come back and say, boy, I know you ain't talking. You say you spills like, I used to hate that because I used to be on the bad end of that.
Yeah.
I used to be on the bad end.
That's every time he try to roast me on Facebook Live, he's on the bad end of that, y'all.
Fuck that.
Except for my jokes are funny.
Yeah, he say, nah. I say, but it made me a better. Nobody ain't gonna fire me up without me getting back at him. So I guess it made me a better person.
You know the crazy part, man? I'm almost to the point where I'm not even like the jokester like that no more. Because it's more fun when we can joke and everybody's enjoying it. Everybody got a laugh out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like nobody to be the butt of my jokes like that. And it's like, you know, it's just because I can see like, bro, that person probably don't want that shit, man. Like, damn, nigga, you gonna blow my cool like that? You know? But like I said, that's the ego. Sometimes you gotta let your ego go too. We just roasted.
I think it's just a time.
Laugh it off.
Like if we hooping, if I'm going in on you, I'm gonna keep it civil. I'm gonna keep it thing. But if you know, I'm gonna get under your skin. But if we like, you know, sitting there playing a game and it's a few of us, especially if it's a couple cats I don't know and you probably brought them to the park, I'm not about to just dog you out like that. Like,
right.
Because it's like,
I don't know them. Yeah.
I don't know them and they may take it as a sign of disrespect because I don't know how close they are to you.
Right.
And cats would do that just to be like, yeah, I'll be fine. And I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't do no stuff. Like, it's no time place. Or like if I come to your house and you having a party. Yeah, well, we say like you can go in if it's just me and you chilling, or it's probably people that know us. But if I go to your house party, your mama there, or I ain't gonna say your mama, but your girls, home girls, and all that.
I think once females around, chill out.
Like if my lady around, if we going in, I'm gonna keep it very primitive. Like it's gonna be very thing. Like I'm gonna just make fun of your 2K game or just basketball.
Right.
I'm not gonna make fun of the shit we make fun of when we just hanging out by ourselves.
Right. No, I mean, but to me, you don't think it's like a violation for cats to be firing up. Like, unless both of y'all ladies know that's what y'all do. Yeah. But I'm talking about like, let's say I'm throwing a party in my crib, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm around a whole bunch of people you don't know. You come there with your lady, she don't know. And I just go to roasting you in front of her. Like that, to me, I think that's out of pocket.
Yeah.
I think that's out of pocket.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and I mean, yeah, like I think if it gets to a point where we just drunk, but we just having good old fun, like we just got
Yeah.
playing a game of dominoes, and you making fun of my domino game, or we
Right.
get into like a funny debate, like just something like that. Okay, cool,
That's
because
cool,
you
yeah.
know my girl's finally softened up. But if my girl is
First
not-
time.
your first time, and she ain't really like don't know nobody there, well, she's gonna feel out of place because everybody's laughing at her man, and she don't know.
Like,
the-
what they think you a hoe
or
or
something like that. Now
Yeah.
I gotta defend myself. Ego has to come kick in. No, forget that. My pride has to kick
Pride
in
kicking in.
because my girl is already probably looking at it like, nigga,
Yeah.
this you must be in his eyes. She don't know that me and you play like that, but it's
Right.
like you must. Then
That's,
I'm gonna.
yeah, that's something that needs to be checked.
Yeah, like I
That's
tell
something
my,
that needs to be
I
checked.
told my old lady that same thing. Like a lot of times, you know, I gotta feel like I gotta defend you. So sometimes I gotta check stuff, even though in most ways I don't have to check. But I don't want you to feel that you, like-
With a pussy.
yeah, like and a lot of times, like if it's just me and you hanging out and we just see some stuff, we just let it go. Like you know, bro, I ain't really trying to check that. You know, if he didn't open the door, he did
Yeah.
some slick side stuff. I'm gonna let him have it. But if I'm with my old lady, I don't want her to think that you know I'm with a you know whatever the
Right,
word
'cause
is.
they don't get it.
Yeah, because
You know, they don't get it, man. I like I told Cass, man, anytime we, you know, I don't do like how them reality shows when them cats be getting together. A lot of people don't know all them damn shows be scripted. Black Ink Crew, Households of Atlanta, what it is, Fake Love. We used to be part of hip hop, Love and Hip Hop. Any of those type of shows, those shits are scripted.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it should be an understanding across friends and family. Like, hey, look, do not hate this person because of what y'all see. This is scripted. Be
Yeah.
actually cool. Like, you know, don't get involved in that. But when you're in real life and you don't have that moment, like, man, me personally, bro, I will not. If I see if you bring your lady around, bro, as much as we go at it, I'm not about to roast you in front of your girl.
Yeah,
I'm not about to do that.
I say it like this.
Or your kids.
Yeah, nah, like it depends. Like two of my homeboys. Since we came up together, and they women, we all came up together.
Yeah.
They know it's all comes. Like
it's
I know
all
I can walk in the
understood.
door and say, "Boy, you know you trash." Like,
Yeah.
and it's like but like if I didn't grow up with you, just say you just brought this your old lady around me, and I just met her today. It's probably gonna take me at least probably 5 to 10 years to be able to walk in your door and just fire you up on site. It's gonna
Right.
take me years because it's like one of those
She
things.
had to see that.
She has to
that
see my
it's
personality
harmless.
and how we do. But it's
Yeah.
like if we go to like a cabin thing, yeah, if it's just the men and we're outside chilling, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But if we all sitting around the round table, most time I'm gonna sit back and just like, have fun, crack,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, that's just me. This maturity getting older, man. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with a good little roasting session every here and there, but most of the time, man, if y'all having something amongst men, we need to be talking about businesses
Yeah.
and betterment just all together.
Yeah.
That's the moves to make. All that sucker shit, clown shit, at some point in your life need to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree, man. It's a
But
time,
yeah.
it's a time and place, like, doing podcasts, just hanging out with you, now that we kind of more just doing podcasts and you doing your own thing, and I'm appreciative of what you have done and you have taught me a lot. I noticed the conversation in our lives a little bit different and how we handle things. Like you said, the conversations about egos, but think about all the egos you probably have to let go to make sure this show is successful. The
Right.
couple are like, I'm assuming you treat yourself more of an entity now, so you can't indulge in a lot of conversations,
Right.
or you gotta like, man, if I click on this person, I may not be able to,
Oh
come
man,
and
it's just me in life. I have calmed down a whole lot in the last 4 or 5 years. Anyway, man.
yeah,
Because like I said, I had the show with my lady, and she was talking about bullying. I kind of experienced a little bit of that growing up, and then once I became an adult, I'm like, this shit'll never happen. Like,
Yeah.
I will kill you dead before you play with me. You know what I'm saying? And then as I got older, I was like, bro, you really gonna let somebody get you 25 to life over something out their mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna let them get you that. And now that I got the show and all that, I'm for really like not getting into it over.
Yeah, nah.
I learned to let, man, till they think about putting it, if you're not making a threat towards me or anybody I love, you fine. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, that shit don't go home with me. It don't even make it to the car.
I totally agree. Like, I wasn't wilding or nothing like that, but now, like, even when I just have conversation with people be like, man, you sound sleepy. You sound like you're not. I was like, nah, man, I want to listen more, but it's like a lot of times I just learned how to not give my opinion on a lot of things. Like even Facebook, like I noticed I won't hop on. Like I'll see posts, I know I want to get on there, like I want to, but I'll be
Say
like,
something, yeah.
and I literally write like a 2-page paragraph and be like, you know what, delete. Or I'll be wanting to post stuff not because I'm scared, but it's just like, okay, what is the effects of this? Do I got time to really do this? Could this harm what I got going?
That's the point.
And
Do I have time for this? No,
I understand
I don't.
more why a lot of companies wait until society changes before they hop on it. I don't want to necessarily rock with Nike and then want to be Black Lives Matter, but I understand why they don't jump on a lot of things until society's okay with it.
Right.
And I got owning a business and trying to do these things we're doing. It makes a lot of sense now.
Well, I mean, when you a brand, you got to be careful in protecting your brand.
And it's like, because it's like you're gonna spend more time trying to re-explain yourself over nothing. And it's like I look at the Kevin Hart situation when they brought up a tweet from like 2005 about him making a gay joke. And the Grammys wanted him to apologize, and I agree with him. Like, no, I'm not about to apologize.
No, I'm not gonna apologize for anything I was said. But like you said, you got to be smarter beforehand.
Yeah.
If you know and recognize when someone is trying to be a nuisance.
Yeah.
When you see that, oh man, you trying to be on some bullshit, man, just move around them. You know, a lot of times it happens when they see that you are trying to better yourself, or they see you trying to do something. I remember watching them old prison documentaries.
Yeah.
And they would always talk about how when a cat about to get out of jail, one of his big homies on the tip or whatever try to look out for him. Or at least, you know, because cats really get envious when they see another dude going home. Like they'll try to start a fight with you, try to stab you up, just something so you can get more time. You know, retaliating, you're going to get more time. Which to me, I think also in the prison system, and I might vote for this, if you know a guy is about to get released from prison, move them out of population. Because y'all know what happens. Y'all know what the fuck happens. Move them to a different type of cell. They should have, you know what I'm saying, the way y'all do y'all processing before.
Yeah, like 60 days out, 30 days out. I really say like 3 months out when it's not really in nobody's mind. Like, okay, we getting ready to move them to a debunker. So and let's also get them ready for society too. Right. I be noticing
if you're gonna really rehabilitate, but y'all not trying to rehabilitate.
We both,
y'all just trying to make money off your private prisons and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, it tripped me out just with the inmates, and I'm saying it right now to go say they need to change that with the prison population. But then the cats will probably flip out when they find out he only got 3 months left. They about to move him to woo. So let's start something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but my problem is the inmates themselves. Why the people who would do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a lot of inmates happy to see cats go home. But for the ones who you mad because this dude about to go home, why are you having envy for someone bettering them, getting the opportunity to better themselves?
That lets me know you really didn't. I don't say you didn't learn, but it's like how you say you really dealing with your time and really reform. Like,
but that's the nigga on a job. You mad because somebody about to get a promotion. You mad because the cat about to get opportunity out the hood. The only difference is they changed the sentence, and that's what I was trying to tell my homeboy Paul. We can't change America unless we willing to do something that I can't even speak on this show. You know what I'm saying? But we can change how we react in America, how we treat each other. And I was only speaking on the things we do to each other. We can change that. And a lot of this, we have a lot of envy and self-hate for each other. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it comes from the egotistical motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? How y'all listen to the rappers who say, oh, I got love for the hood, I got love for the streets and rep they hood. But every time you see them rappers, they wearing nothing but jewelry, buying expensive cars, and ain't nothing wrong with none of that. But they're doing it to shit on you. They're listeners. They're fans.
Man, I notice that every day. People will rep a block, a city, and there's nothing wrong with it. Let me say, if you were born on your street, but I look around in the same street you live on, doesn't look like the people that you say you claim you repping. And it's like you don't even own the street, and at some point these people are going to get together and say, I don't even want these people on the street because we didn't bought up these streets. How you really care about your people? I'm seeing that when I go to certain neighborhoods, you know, when I go do photography work, and I notice I'm like, how you repping the street
And you didn't do nothing for it. You didn't come back and provide jobs.
Like y'all didn't want to. Your mama didn't want to go help grandma when grandma gave her the house. Now you got these. Typically you see Hispanic people coming by black neighborhoods before white people come. But it's like at some point they're gonna be like, y'all can't be on my street. You can't. And it's like,
They're gonna price you out the game anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna price it at the game, and it's like, man, y'all don't understand, man. I'm all for partying. I'm all for all that, but we doing too much of it.
And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. What I mean by pricing you out the game, they're gonna raise your rent up. That's the first step of gentrifying. When you see a Starbucks in your neighborhood, you should already know they up to no
go
good.
look at South Oak Cliff over there by Redbird Mall.
You know what I'm saying?
When I see that Starbucks, I'm like, it's over.
It's about to go. It's about to change.
Whole Food about to be right across the street.
You know it's over when you see a Whole Foods. You know it's over. But like I said, man, the main point of it in life, y'all, all I'm telling you is things that you can do to help yourself. I know y'all see me getting slim on camera and shit like that. Yeah, I'm in the gym. And this is all it's about. Let your ego go. Stand on your pride.
Yes, sir.
And stop being comfortable in discomfort. Yep. Those are the 3 advices I give y'all, man, to move forward. You know what I'm saying? But, man, it's been a good show today, man. Thank you for coming on through, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, anything you want to plug?
Man, check me out on MIB Podcast, on MIB Podcast Texas on YouTube. On Twitter, it's Podcast MIB. On Snapchat, it's MIB Podcast. Instagram is MIB Podcast. On Facebook, it's MIB Podcast Texas. And I really appreciate you letting me come on the show, man.
No doubt, man. Y'all know I got to plug y'all. This is the Intellectual Class Clown. Y'all can find me on every site by looking up the Intellectual Class Clown. I'm also on YouTube. Y'all want the video format? Y'all want to see what the studio look like? Y'all want to roll through? Look up the Intellectual Class Clown on YouTube. I'm also have the podcast version of that. It's on Apple Music. It's on Soundcast. It's on Anchor app. I'm everywhere. I'm on Spotify as well.
Go check everything.
Check out everything. Also, if y'all want to see what we look like, I'm in my little daily ignorance, man. Y'all check out the Instagram page too, The Intellectual Class Clown, man. Y'all go get on there, flood it. Tell everybody about it. Peace. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
If you like you, colliders. Whoo, shit. Push stop on that.
Yeah.